We have more now on the outbreaks at long-term care homes in this country. We were talking earlier about the crisis in Ontario. Care homes in Quebec have also been hard hit by the pandemic. More than 140 facilities across the province are dealing with outbreaks. And with several staff members getting sick from the virus, the province is facing a critical shortage of nurses and personal support workers in their homes. Now, Premier François Legault is making a desperate plea to doctors to help out. Jay Turnbull joins us now from Montreal. Jay, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about the appeal from the Premier.
Well, John, basically what François Legault is doing is appealing to the doctors' sense of duty. He says they have time on their hands. A lot of surgeries have been cancelled, so he's saying, come out and help us. Now, as you're mentioning with the COVID-19 hitting CHSLDs, the long-term care facilities in this province, very, very hard. Some of these facilities have double-digit death toll. Some are in the 30s even. A couple of them are in the 30s. So once the COVID gets into a facility, it has devastating consequences, not just on the people living there, the residents, but on staff as well. The government says close to 2,000 workers from the long-term care facilities are either sick with COVID-19 themselves or in quarantine. So there's a real shortage of staff here. So the Premier is saying the Quebec doctors need to pitch in.
We need nurses, and they can, with their basic training, they can do most of the job of nurses. So I'm asking them, please, I know that you're overqualified to do this work, but I have no other choices. So I need physicians to come in our residences to help the nurses.
So, John, even our health minister, Daniel McCann, is reaching out to doctors saying, look, a lot of them are overseas doing humanitarian work. She says, right here, right now, this province is in need of humanitarian work, so come home and give us a hand.
Okay, Jay, what's the reaction been like from doctors?
Surprise, and then something bordering on perhaps annoyance, maybe even anger, somewhere in between there. The Quebec Federation of Medical Specialists says it's been offering its help for weeks. The president of that federation says Legault was making the doctors look like princes and princesses, so she was a bit offended at the way he sort of made the doctors look out. But she's saying, you know, tell us where we're needed and we'll go there. Just get your logistics worked out, the where and the when and the how, and we'll be there to help. As a matter of fact, the province's former health minister, a Liberal MNA, Gaetan Barrette, he says, I'm willing to help, just one condition, or a couple conditions, but one major condition, make sure I have the proper PPE, the proper protective equipment, because I don't want to go in there, like many people have been, and put his own health at risk. John.
Thanks for this, Jay. CBC's Jay Turnbull in Montreal.